Hello, everyone. I'm Inderpreet Shoker with ARC, and today we are in conversation with Nick Haase, co-founder of MaintainX. Welcome, Nick.
Thanks for having me.
So, Nick, let's start the conversation today by talking about the most popular topic these days, which is artificial intelligence. We are hearing a lot about AI, machine learning. So tell me, how do you look at the opportunity that is presented by AI and ML? And are you guys thinking about incorporating some of these technologies into your products and solutions?
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a hot button topic today. Everyone's excited about it. There's a lot of buzz. One of the things that I think is really important, as much as we want to look towards the future and the way that the world's going to look in 5 to 10 years, the manufacturing and industrial world around us has pressing needs that need to be solved today. So part of the way that we look about, we're looking at that problem and challenge, and the way we can introduce that technology is in ways that help address some quick wins for these operators and these operations, while helping them lay the foundation to help them be successful with the breakthrough technologies as they continue to evolve and develop over the next several years. So making sure that they can be successful, but also by ensuring that they have the foundation that they need uh, to capitalize on those innovations as they become more tested and ready for prime time.
Yeah, I really like your approach when you said, quick wins as well as lay the right foundation. I think that's going to help end users quite a bit. A second thing I really want to talk about is the skills gap. Whenever we talk to end users, they always mention that the skills gap that they are seeing in the industry is a major problem for them. Anything over there that you are trying to do to help end users?
Yeah, absolutely. This is something that's affecting businesses of all sizes across all industry, even to some extent, in global markets. The reality is we've got to find a way to do less with more. We've got to help people be more efficient. We've got to find tools that can enable them to not only be more efficient with the folks that they do have, but also capture that tribal knowledge, start to build that knowledge base out internally, so that the next generation of the workforce can come in and pick up the pieces where they left off. And so whether those folks are going to be as skilled as some of these folks may want them to be, um, the likelihood is that they're going to need they're going to be digital native users and workers, and we need to make sure that they have tools that can adapt to their learning styles and their workflow styles, so that they can be successful as this generational transition in the workforce is taking place.
Yeah. Another challenge, that
Yeah.
when we talk to end users, they talk about unplanned downtime. That's one thing that, they're trying to address with APM technologies. How does your solutions, how does your product help them with this challenge?
Yeah, I think there's a number of ways to sort of think about that, and it really depends on the maturity level, digital maturity level of folks that we're working with. For some companies, even surprisingly large companies, just being able to manage basic preventive maintenance on a standard schedule is a big improvement over where they are today. There's still a lot of companies that are still running primarily on pen and paper. Our goal at MaintainX, as we continue to go down this journey with our clients, is a world with zero unplanned downtime. So some of the ways that we're helping customers that are a little bit more sophisticated is by enabling smart workflows that are connected to a lot of their sensors and OT and IT data to enable those actionable insights to get into the hands of the folks that need to do something about it as quickly and efficiently as possible, so that even if we can't always prevent the downtime, we can at least reduce that time to repair, so that machine gets back online and working faster, and make sure that in process of doing that, everyone's safe as well.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Workplace safety, that is a top priority for
Yeah.
many manufacturers out there. And they're looking at technology to help them, address this. Any solutions that you want to highlight that help them with this challenge?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the core tenets to being safe in these environments is having the knowledge you need when you need it.
Yeah.
So having the accurate work instructions, having the right processes in place, and understanding how to get that information into the hands of the folks that are doing the work, so that they have access to that information at the right time, is really important. And so there's some really interesting ways that I think that landscape's going to continue to evolve, and the way we're looking at it is through a number of things, by making it really easy to flag issues while folks are going through and doing their work, and making it easy for those, once those issues are flagged, to be reported to the appropriate folks to address them. Again, it's a simple workflow that in practice today for a lot of folks is the cause of bottlenecks and frictions that ultimately result and safety risk that's unnecessary. So those are some of the things that we're doing right now to help make that easier for folks, is including, on the AI front, like things like anomaly detection, that you've got an operator or a technician that maybe isn't sure if this is good or bad. We're able to help flag that issue to a supervisor and make sure that it can be addressed and as needed.
Another thing is that, when we talk to end users and talk about digital transformation, it seems like they understand the benefit of the digital transformation technologies, but then they cite so many challenges. One thing is around project justification, that they have to justify return on investment, return on asset. Um, are you guys able to help your end users in this area as well?
Yeah, it's you know, I think a lot of these customers and a lot of folks in this industry have been burned in the past. They've invested a lot of money and time and resources into projects that didn't fully realize the value they were expecting, and there were challenges there. One of the lessons we've had the benefit of learning from folks that have come before us is that you really need to understand change management at multiple layers of that operation. So what might be exciting to an executive or an operational leader isn't necessarily going to be the same thing that excites the folks that are doing the work at the ground level. So making sure that you have a tool that, kind of helps everyone along that value chain feel excited about it and being able to give them value really quickly. So some of the things that we pride ourselves in is giving a tool that makes that frontline worker's life really easy, makes their job easier to do. Now, does the executive directly care about that value? Not to the degree that they care about, the upstream benefits of the ROI and the operational efficiency that they see, but it's being able to have a product that helps connect those two value propositions. And then more importantly, in our practice, we do our best to make sure that I think over 85% of our customers are fully deployed in less than 3 weeks. There's a lot of folks who don't get really excited about deploying a solution or a product that's going to take 1 to 5 years to get rolled out. They're looking for quick wins that they can go and get impact right away. So that's something that we've spent a lot of energy on, making sure that we've got a really repeatable process that can get folks shrink that time to value for folks so that they're getting immediate wins, and instead of having to wait and delay that inertia and that energy that got everybody excited about the transformation in the first place.
And when it comes to digital transformation, another thing that we often hear from end users is that if they're tied to legacy system, there is internal resistance. We don't have a clear roadmap. When you talk to your end users and trying to help them out, do you hear about similar challenges? And if yes, any advice for them?
To every day, it's not unique. I think a lot of folks do feel isolated, and they're like, "Oh, our company's uniquely got this hairball of a system that is really hard to untangle." After that, you take a breath and you start to say, "What are we really trying to optimize for? How can we build a foundation that we can build upon?" And something I preach and work with our clients every day on is crawl, walk, run. It's really tempting to want to go and boil the ocean, do every exciting, innovation and technology and revamp it all at once. But if you don't have the right foundation that you can build upon, and then you're not setting yourself up to be successful. And so we pride ourselves on having a very open platform so that we can connect into those legacy systems. We can connect into your future systems so that if you aren't ready to deploy, some OT technology today, but you might want to do that in 6 months or a year from now, we can still help build that foundation and sort of set you up to be successful when you are ready to introduce that. And, one of the things that I think is really important for folks to understand is that the future of manufacturing and industrial world is not 25 apps on an operator's or technician's phone. It's one single source of truth that can connect to the rest of your IT stack, so that you don't have as much enablement training to perform every time you want to introduce a new tool or process into your operation, which creates a lot of confusion and noise for that frontline team. And so, it really is, think about that frontline for workers experience, that end user first, and then build from there, and rather than the other way around where, those folks are not generally involved in the process.
Thank you, Nick. I really enjoyed our conversation today.
Yeah. Likewise. Thank you so much for the time.
So we were in conversation with Nick Haase, co-founder of MaintainX. Thank you so much for watching.